Hi, I just thought I'd come right on. I'm going to bed a little late because I was staying up to do some work, but I shouldn't have, regardless. I'm on here because I went online to do something and something weird happened. And it is in connection with a friend of mine who I had a bit of, I wouldn't call it a falling out, but a misunderstanding, last month. And I thought she was doing something that was really uncool. And it turns out there's just a lot going on in her life and she wasn't thinking about things. And there was just a lot of miscommunication between the two of us. So something else happened that's just kind of weird in connection with her. And it's something where, like, if I were gonna be suspicious, it definitely gives me pause. But since I learned last time, right? Let's learn from our mistakes. That I assumed something and it wasn't the case. And what had happened was just something that I didn't think of. So that's what I'm going to do now, but I'm finding it very difficult because it's just like very coincidental. But I don't want to be that. I don't want to be suspicious. And I don't want to assume bad things about my friends. Because that's not cool. So I'm just going to have to assume it's something, I'll assume, right? That it's something that I don't know about. Or maybe it's just a mistake. But yeah, it's just suspicious, and I choose not to be, but that doesn't mean it's easy not to be. So it's making me feel a little like, bleh, like a little anxious, a little upset, a little angry. But I don't have all the information. And I can't ask because we'd had an argument, and both of us were mad, although she was madder. And when I realized what had happened, that something was going on in her life, I had I was like, I mean, I don't get angry, I don't like yell, you know what I mean? So I was just, I had placed before her what I was looking at and how I was feeling, and why I was feeling that way. And she got very upset, and it was very disproportionate to what had happened, and clearly something had gone on that I didn't know about. So then, I very calmly also, said to her, like, I'm really sorry that I didn't think of that something was going on, and I should have, but, you also didn't tell me. So she had blown up at me a lot during that conversation. So when I explained to her, that obviously this had been a miscommunication and that she hadn't told me that anything was going on, and if I had known, I obviously wouldn't have thought those things and felt that way. We kind of left it as like, okay, well, I mean, it was a big blow up. So we just kind of left it as, she didn't really know what to do. And I was like, well, look, we'll just take some time. You give me a call when when you're comfortable doing that, when you're ready, reach back out and we'll talk. And I haven't heard from her, which makes me a little sad. But so now it's kind of in her court to, these actual events aren't the point. The point is I can't be the one to reach out to her because I need to give her space. But this weird thing happened, and it's, one, gonna cost me money, and two, makes it so I can't do some stuff that I wanted to do. And that is frustrating, and it makes me want to get in touch with her, but I don't know. I'm, you know, it's like one of those things that's like, you know, like, how do you decide those things? And I'm just thinking back to before. This would be something that would upset me a lot, and I wouldn't know how to deal with it. And what I would be doing is texting and calling. Excuse me. And I would not be able to contain myself, because this would make me very upset and anxious and feel like I need to do something to change the situation. So I probably would have made things worse by pestering her, which is not something I want to do right now. But at the same time, I don't want to just let something go that's gonna affect me negatively. And yeah, it hurts a little, because it's like awfully coincidental that this is happening, because it's something that she would have had to choose to do, but maybe it was just a mistake. I'm gonna go with it's just a mistake. I'm gonna assume it's a mistake until I hear something different. The problem with that, excuse me, is that I'm gonna assume it's a mistake doesn't mean that that's what is going on in my energy, my emotional energy field. So I'm gonna relax and release. And when the voice starts talking to me like, you know, this is really awfully coincidental, and, you know, blah, 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 I'm going to say, oh, okay, voice. Yeah, you know what? You can say, I totally get you. I get why you're feeling that way. You can go ahead and talk and do the whole thing. And you can make, you know what? That creates this dynamic in my emotional energy field that is uncomfortable, and I'm not loving it. But I'm going to observe it, that this is what's going on, and these are the things that are going on in my head, right? We can set ourselves, that's the whole point. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I can be my awareness and watch that that's what's going on. And isn't that interesting? This is what's going on in my life, my little corner of awareness. And isn't it interesting that this is what my mind is doing and how my emotions are reacting? So that's what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to go to sleep because I'm tired. Anyway, I'm very grateful for the book, The Untethered Soul. I'm going to yawn again. I'm very grateful for the book, The Untethered Soul, because it has helped me unbelievably when in dealing with my emotions and my thoughts. So thank you very much, Michael Singer, because this isn't something I would have been, not that I wasn't capable of it, but I didn't know that this is the way you could handle things. I just didn't know how else to handle things. And I didn't think I was capable. It's not that I wasn't capable. I just didn't know what else to do other than freak out. I really didn't. So I'm grateful that I do know now that there is an alternative to freaking out. And that's the alternative I'm going to take. I'm just going to watch what's going on, and, you know, whatever the case may be, it'll come to light at some point, and I'll know then. Because honestly, friendship more important than money. So we're just gonna go ahead and assume what I know to be true, which is that she's a very good person and a very good friend. And, you know, yeah, I mean, she's pretty awesome. So last time I underestimated her, I'm not going to do that again. So I'm grateful to have an awesome friend like that. I am grateful for Michael Singer and learning how to deal with my emotions in a healthier way. And not only just healthier, but oh my God, life is so much better this way, right? So much better. It's work. And it's easy to sort of think about slipping back into the old ways of being, because they're familiar. So it does take conscious effort to not do that. Well, not to not do that, but to do something else. But that is becoming my modus operandi right now, right? My habit. So that's a good thing. And I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to say to you, all of you out there, I could get that whole sentence out one more time, ready? To say to all of you out there in Facebook land that I hope that you always remember that you can always choose to have a grateful day. If I could turn this thing off. Actually, it's a grateful night, right? So remember, you can always choose to have a grateful night.